Right, hello again. Something a little bit different. I just wanted a chance to talk about mostly GeoGuessr related things while I'm not having to concentrate on playing the game at the same time. So, got a few questions. And yeah, the other day I just did some random recording without audio, so I'll play some cuts from that in the background. Some good guesses, some that look good that aren't actually that impressive, but who really cares? Let's have a look at some of these. So first one I can see is from our very own Radu. What's some of your favourite and least favourite countries to play on GeoGuessr and why? Start with least favourite. Australia. Just can't. I can get if it's no moving, I can get confused between east and west 9 times out of 10, and then if it's moving around, I just cannot. I can be on a road and just find absolutely nothing. If it's a daily challenge, 3 minutes a lot of the time, hopeless. Don't find a single clue. Even sometimes longer than 3 minutes, I struggle. So yeah, Australia is probably my least favourite, and then favourite. UK, I kind of like just because I feel like I should have an advantage compared to other players. But apart from that, I like Chile because I like the diversity. Very nice country. I like, actually quite like France. And what else? I'm starting to find Russia more interesting. I think Russia once upon a time would have been counted as my least favourite, but now it's growing on me. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any. I don't have any countries that I'm a proper expert at really. But yeah, that gives you a taste. And then he's also asking, will I ever reach Granis's level? I think I'll let everyone else be the judge of that, whether or not I can do that. Maybe one day I'll beat him at something. We'll see. City Skylines or Geodetective? Has to be City Skylines, to be honest. I mean, the reason I say that is because I can't play Geodetective because I just remember too many of the locations. So, yeah, it's got to be City Skylines. Shout out to that map, by the way, if you haven't seen it. One of the best maps on GeoGuessr. What else have we got? Will you ever cross a country in a straight line? I doubt it, to be honest. Is all I can really say on that one. I'd have to come up with something new. I can't copy GeoGuessr Wizard on absolutely everything. I've done far too much of that. What's in your Spotify playlist at the moment? Good question. I'll probably leave one of my playlists in a link in the description. How about that? So if you want to know, then check that out. How did you start playing GeoGuessr seriously? That is a very good question. I first discovered it while I was at uni in the library with a couple of friends and enjoyed it a lot, but then kind of went on and off with it and kept forgetting about it and rediscovering it. But then when I first saw videos of it from GeoWizard, I just thought to myself, right, I can do this. I've got some of the knowledge there already. I can get good at this and start making videos. So that's kind of what set it off. Alex Vedel, what's your favourite format to play on GeoGuessr? It has to be no moving 5Ks, to be honest. That's probably why I made Geodetective, because that's my favourite type of play. It's when you're getting, just based off one or two subtle clues, being able to narrow it down to the exact location. That's my favourite, for sure. What's your job, my guy? It's I work in consulting, basically, risk advisory. It's called strictly. Next question from Jay: how do you think GeoGuessr education will work? Do you think GeoGuessr in general should be used in schools more? I don't actually know how the education mode on GeoGuessr works, but do I think it should be used in schools? Why not? I think geography as I learned it in school was very different to just kind of knowing where places are and what they look like. But I think it can be quite, it introduces you to different places, different culture, shows you what places are like, kind of wipes away some of that ignorance about other parts of the world, maybe. So yeah, why not? How many countries have you been to, and can you list them all? Right. Let's see. I'll start in the. I've been to. I think haven't actually totted this up. I think it's about 36 or 37. And in the Americas, it's US and Mexico, Peru, Chile, Bolivia. Africa, Morocco, Nigeria. Haven't been to Australia, New Zealand, that part of the world. Asia, it's Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, Thailand, Vietnam, UAE, Hong Kong. If I guess that could count as China. Where did I get to? Then Europe. Europe. I've been to a lot of Europe. I guess everywhere kind of Western, Northern Europe I've pretty much been to. Haven't been to Finland, haven't been to Liechtenstein, haven't been to San Marino, and then haven't really been to the Balkans. I've been to Croatia and I've been to Greece, been to Hungary. I haven't been to Romania or Ukraine or Russia. Been to Poland. Been to Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, Iceland. Hope that covers it off. Next question from Kieran. What made you want to get good and improve your geographical knowledge and also your knowledge on architecture and foliage? I think it's kind of like I was saying, when I saw those GeoWizard videos, I just thought, yeah, I can do this. Because I don't think it... Like the GeoGuessr specific skills, I only kind of got into those from playing GeoGuessr, obviously, but from a very, very young age, I've always been into geography and kind of building up that knowledge. But yeah, a lot of the specific stuff like foliage and architecture, I might have had a decent sense of that before I started playing GeoGuessr, but yeah, I think just by wanting to get good at GeoGuessr, you don't have a choice. You have to learn a bit about those things. What influenced you to start playing GeoGuessr? By the Spriggan Gamer asking that question. I think I've kind of covered most of that off already, but when I started, it was literally just a friend discovered it while we were at uni. I think he knew it was right up my street, so we started just trying to get perfect scores in the library instead of revising during exam season. That's how it all started. Mitch Anderson, what's the most important skill to improve your GeoGuessr scores? That is a good question. If I assume we're talking about moving around, I would say I think there are two aspects of GeoGuessr. There's a knowledge side and then there's the kind of skill side. And I think in terms of skills, it's orientation. I think it's knowing how to use your compass, knowing which way you've come from, being able to get that kind of intuition for what a road should look like on the map when you've seen it on Street View. I think that's really important. If you can get that, you can start pinpointing much better. But then in terms of knowledge, I think just honestly, it's probably just getting kind of comfortable with recognizing countries quite quickly, because then you can start focusing on the clues that actually matter in terms of pinpointing. What countries are on your bucket list? Oh, I hadn't thought of this one. I want to go to Canada, actually. Also would like to go to South Korea. And then I think more of South America in general. Maybe I would quite like to go to Central Asia, just because I think it's very kind of under... it's a bit of a kind of hidden part of the world. You don't hear enough about it, and I think it's quite interesting. Joe McGonigal, what's your favourite flavour of crisps? Prawn cocktail, salt and vinegar, basically. Mr. Nosferatu, welcome back. Is your job related to geography? Are you studying for a geography-related job? No, I think I answered the job question earlier, but no, it's not really geography-related. Occasionally, you never know when a bit of geography comes in useful, but no, it's not really related. How many countries have you been to, and which countries do you most want to visit? Good question, but I've covered that one off now. And then Alex Barnett, what would be your opinion on the influx of new locations we're currently experiencing? So for anyone who doesn't know, there have been some big updates recently on Street View. So we've got more of Austria covered, we've got Vietnam, and we've got Dominican Republic, and then I think there are a couple of other new bits like southern Turkey. got more coverage near the Syrian border. And then not so long ago, we got to see more of Nigeria. So yeah, what's my opinion? Alex Barnett is saying personally he thinks this is a golden age of GeoGuessr. Yeah, I guess the more of the world that's covered, the more of a golden age it is. And I like it a lot. I don't like the fact that I don't really like, people call it the meta game, which is like knowing certain things, like knowing what the car looks like in different countries, or knowing where's covered and where's not. I think the less meta game there is, the better. So by more countries being covered, I think it's more difficult to use the kind of tricks of knowing which parts of the world are covered and which aren't. So I like it. I like that. I think, Dominican Republic throws an extra option in for Caribbean. Austria makes Central Europe harder. So I think it's good, and I think the more of the world we can see on GeoGuessr, the better. Vietnam, unfortunately, is very easy to recognise because it's motorbike coverage, and you can see the fellow with the helmet. But it's still good that it's there, and it's quite easy to. Vietnam's quite easy generally. All the shops have addresses on. So yeah, it's just nice to learn a few new tips for these new countries. So Luke Wismer, how much of your geography knowledge is from what you learned in school, and how much is self-taught? I'm from Canada, and we basically only learned Canadian geography in school, and I've had to learn everything else on my own. I enjoyed geography at school and did it up to A level, but in terms of the GeoGuessr style of geography, it's all self-taught. What we did at school is we're not really learning where places are and what they look like and that kind of thing. It's more a bit of physical geography, a bit of human geography. It's more kind of effects of changes to environment on people, etc. So yeah, everything, like whether it's knowing all the countries or the capitals or the smaller towns or flags or like mountains, lakes, rivers, all of that is self-taught. I think when I started playing GeoGuessr, I had a good knowledge of that, but playing GeoGuessr makes it kind of better and better and better. You can never know enough. Final one from Just Vin. Let's see. Right, not geography related, but you've mentioned before you used to be into climbing. Do you still have an urge to get back into it and maybe do some vids if you did? But yeah, I'm still into climbing. But yeah, quarantine and that kind of thing has forced all the gyms to close. So I normally do indoor bouldering. I've done a tiny bit of outdoor, and I'm starting to slowly get into roped climbing as well. But yeah, I cannot wait to go back. I haven't done it for about 4 months because we've been on lockdown, and I'm going to try and do some soon. And you said maybe do some vids. I'm over the moon that somebody would actually be interested to see any climbing videos. I could, I don't know, see what you think. If there's any demand for it, then yeah, why not? Otherwise, I've posted a couple on my Instagram, so maybe I can send you that way if you want to see anything. I think that's all the questions for now. If there's anything else that you're itching to know, then just leave a comment and I'll try and give you an answer. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully some good stuff coming up, a bit more streaming. Check out twitch.tv/geography challenges, and then I'm going to be trying to do some more fast perfect scores, urban world, diverse world, that kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.